Okay, so I'm live. Check one, two. Hello. Hello, everybody. Gonna, so I wonder if anybody's going to be watching this. About 13 seconds in. So this is my indoor garden that I'm setting up. I got the lighting rig, the vertical light right up here, cascading down, wonderful brightness. And I'm just going to be, picking at these, getting these old roots out of my system. And root rot doesn't happen. And I also have something to help remedy the root rotting. And yeah, this is, I guess, part two of my Revolution Garden, indoor garden, uh, hydroponic rig, what have you. I got my hydrogen going. I got these rocks that don't have any lime in them. And hello. Good vibes. Thank you. I am blessed. I am blessed. This doesn't, apparently these don't have any lime in them, which actually increases the pH level, apparently. And in order to remedy the pH level, I'm not exactly sure. I think orange peels is a way to lower it so it gets more acidic. Gotta hit that 7.2 pH goodness. So I'm just gonna go through the motions of just kind of playing in the dirt. Playing in the dirt. I used to do this as a kid. Just shimmy all this. I got as you can see, the water level is rising, and you can't really see it in the camera, but there's a way for it to flood back down and go back into the what is it? The reservoir. This is the flood table. That's the reservoir. Basics of hydroponics, as many have shown on YouTube already. I'm just a noob. So hopefully this thing works out. So just gonna shimmy all this down. There we go. Get it all nice and even. So what I'm doing is leveling it so that where the water meets, you can't see it from here, but it's about halfway in this table, and that's where the water is supposed to drain out of, and that's where the level of the grow media, this stuff, hydrogen and rocks I found from my backyard, are supposed to fill up to. So it's supposed to meet there halfway, and then the root barrier, and then the dirt on top. So let me get some more media. This took a while to disassemble and reassemble and do all that stuff, so I think I'm going to leave this in here for a long time. Hopefully, I have enough of this hydrogen to go around. If I don't, I might be in trouble, folks. But as I'm going, I'm kind of taking some of these off. See, these are old roots from the older plants. And I got like a clump going right here, and that's going to be good food for the worms that I bought, which they're the remedy that prevents root rot. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'm just kind of working it over here. And just having at it. So how's everybody doing out there? You all excited as I am for this venture of playing in the dirt? I'm doing this for my own therapy too, so whoever watches it, it's perfectly fine if, it's perfectly fine. Hopefully this is relaxing. I don't know if it is or not, but definitely helps me out. Like the sound. I'll whisper. Yeah, listen to the pebbles. ASMR right now. I'm kind of a goof, if you haven't found out already. I could use a little bit more grow medium, but for now it's perfectly fine. I'm not I'm not gonna be too much of a stickler over it. Let's see. I'm just gonna shimmy this on forward. Yeah. That'll be fine. I'll probably add some more to help it along once I can afford the grow medium. I gotta think, the tiny river rocks that are like 3 inches. They also help with the like little pebbles like this, except it's called river rocks. They don't have lime in it. They're not gonna raise your pH level too high. You got your alkalinity and acidity at a good level. But actually, what I'm growing is I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think it requires more of a lower pH level. Like I'm doing tomatoes. I got some of these. I'm just gonna show you. Here are my tomatoes. These tomatoes are from my garden from outdoors. I have vlogged about this before. And you know, some of them I just waited on because I was hoping that it would grow bigger. But once they redden up, obviously you got to pick them, and nobody's been eating them, so I guess they're gonna go back. And there's plenty of seeds in here, and I think I'm just gonna do tomatoes. So if anybody out there knows how to grow tomato plants as good as possible, what kind of nutrients without any chemical fertilizers, I'd like to do everything all natural. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too. It's got to stay kosher. We gotta be certified kosher. Okay. This is a kosher zone, I guess. What was I gonna add to that? Okay, so let's get to the dirt. And I actually so there's still plenty of roots in the dirt. So I got this. My dad actually found this. Some people were giving it away at the end of their driveway, so I'm gonna use this as like a sieve to, maybe mine for gold nuggets. You know what I'm saying? Mining for gold nuggets. Okay. So I'm gonna do this a bit off screen because I don't really want to move the camera, and I don't have a switcher down in my basement. So I'm just gonna shimmy this down. Hey, I'm a man. Okay. So I don't know how I'm gonna lift this up. This is I got a bag of dirt in bag of dirt. I got a bag of dirt in well, it's not a bag. It's frost cloth with dirt in it, and it looks like a giant diaper, like a full diaper, like really like neglectful parents full diaper kind of looking thing. So I'm just gonna try my best to get this out of here without ripping it. But I do have extra frost cloth in case of this I make a huge mess. But I'm gonna go as careful as possible because I don't want to have to clean up because I swept a lot down here. So here we go. So here's the big diaper of Rime or frost cloth. If you take the James Fry's own Revolution Garden manual of revolutionizing your garden and growing things and such. That's James Fry is a wizard, man. I would check him out if I were you. I'm a huge fan. I talk to him a lot. And once you invest in like the his program, I keep getting notifications from my friends. But once you invest in his programs, you could just email him. Hey man, how's it going? How's your garden? Because all he wants to do is to have you grow nice organic food in your home and be all holistic and stuff like that, which I am about. This isn't just for therapy either. This is also because I'm very strict on my eating, and like I just eat like one thing a day. I have seitan and potatoes. No fun, no enjoyment, just pure pain and suffering. It's great. It's great. You guys should try it. So here's an example of, whoa, this is a big honking root. I don't know if I want to remove this or rely on the wormies to take over and just num. Got some dirt in my face. Just eat it up, you know. So I ripped some of it, as you can see, which is why I'm very which is why I'm very reluctant to move this too much. But I'm gonna have it hang around over the side and just kind of. I'm not gonna try and give away all of his trade secrets, you know, out of respect for him and his course. You know, he deserves all the money he can have because he offers more than just the information. He legitimately wants to set up everything that pertains to growing and natural goodness and stuff. There's plenty of roots right there. I'm gonna have my wormies take care of that. They're my little buddies, my wormies. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have this drape over. It kind of isn't this reminiscent of Halloween? I should have set this up in October. It kind of looks like a spooky banshee kind of thing going on, you know? All right. Well, anyways, so I'm gonna unfold this. Look at that. Okay, this is actually turning out pretty well. And you know, even though this doesn't really meet up with, this could be some sort of an experiment. Even though this doesn't really meet up, like the grow media, the hydrogen, the expanded clay pebbles doesn't really meet up with the water level of where it's supposed to drain out. I also have a low active pump that's going out. And that's like, it's something along the lines of, what is it? I think it's 65 gallons per hour. And on the course, it recommended 75. Oh, shit. I already gave away the information towards it. But I mean, I'm not going to give away the secret formula for the for what you got to do to you know, the secret formula that I do in my former videos, where it's just like a mysterious black bottle of goodness and plant nutrients. I'll try to keep it out of respect for the Master James Fry of the Revolution Garden. Okay, so this is my favorite part. I get to play in the dirt. So I got to break these up just a little bit. You know, kind of just, these are dead. These are dead. You know, it's sad. I know death is sad, but we got to know about death so we could enjoy life to the fullest. Yeah, that was free. Hello, Brandon. What is up, my dude? And we got Nyada up and running. We got 2 people. I'm actually surprised that I have 2 people. Is that you, Naya? Is that you who shared that? You're a saint, you know that? I like getting the conversation going on. And I didn't know you could live stream with if you had under 1,000 subscribers. I would have done this years ago. Not months, years ago. I started this channel in 2016, and I was hoping I'd get further than this, but there's been a lot of, I suppose, shadow banning is the term. But I also haven't really been adamant with posting material with my face in it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. It's fun talking to you people out there with the internets. Go easy on me though. I'm sensitive. I'm a fragile angel. I got one of these whirligig things. Okay, so okay. Break this up, break that up. Yeah. Dishing it out to you, my boys and girl. I wish I had You know, everybody should do something like this. It's like playing in the dirt. Any kids out there you used to play in the dirt? I used to when I was on the beach as a kid. I was we visited the Bahamas when I was 1. Didn't remember a damn thing, but I definitely loved playing in the sand. Nothing's changed. I am a ground type. I am of the earth. I am an earth child, a nature boy. Okay, so I'm getting redundant here. I'm just gonna even this out. Yeah, there's a lot of dead, decayed leaves. I noticed the kale. Oh, there's a little hydrogen pellet. I'm gonna put that under. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm gonna put that under the skirt. And then what is that? A rock? I found a rock. You guys want a rock? I'm actually gonna put that with the grow medium. Give it more volume. You've been thinking about starting a hydroponic farm? Highly recommend it. What are you thinking of growing? I'd love to hear what kind of thing you're looking to grow. I think that to give you a bit of advice, I'm not a pro expert, but what I'm hearing from the pro experts on anything, actually my cousin was a professor of hydroponics. For some reason, he studied robotics, and they're like, "Hey, you want to be a professor in hydroponics?" And he's like, "Okay, that has nothing to do with robotics, but sure." And so he taught a semester in hydroponics at like one of my local schools or local colleges, and it's well, he obviously isn't still working there because he was very lax on test taking. Like he gave the same test over and over again because he detested testing. But he actually taught hydroponics, and the main thing, and I'm gonna keep this brief. The main thing that he started with was romaine lettuce. Any form of lettuce, leafy green, is the best place to start. If you're gonna go with something like basil, that's gonna require a bit more iron in its nutrient count. They suck up a lot of iron. Also, good to know if you're anemic. Maybe having more basil would be good in your diet. Mostly lettuce and other leafy greens. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's sent a little bit late, but as live streams do, uh, leafy greens. That's the place to start. But he got these humongous beefsteak tomatoes, and he actually added sugar into the flood table, or the not the flood table, the reservoir, and that actually made them very sweet. These sweet, gigantic beefsteak tomatoes, and they sold for like $10 each. Crazy. He might have been lying about that one, but I don't know. I trust him. He's my cousin. He's a good guy. He's a good old chap. He's a good boy. Leafy greens, lettuce and leafy greens. My bunny rabbits love lettuce and leafy greens. I've also been thinking, maybe I should do microgreens, like some. I actually don't really need a sieve to get this up, but I was thinking of doing microgreens and making like 6 figures a year, so I could be a sugar daddy or for somebody special out there who might be watching right now. But I can't afford a boat. I'm sorry. That's a very specific joke. Oh wow, look at this one. This one's like a huge looking old. I think this was from the kale that I grew. I still have the kale too. It's still good. I still put it in my morning breakfast with seitan and saute it with a little seitan. It's got a nice flavor to it. Very rich in protein. But yeah, for something like this rig, I would recommend something like kale, spinach, mustard greens, collard greens, whatever your favorite is. I'm just experimenting with tomatoes today. Well, not today, for the next couple months, and we're gonna see how well that goes. And well, this is a bit wet, so I'm mildly concerned about getting waterlogged, but I think that has to do with the fact that the rain is pretty rampant in my area, at least. It happens a lot. And in order to avoid root rot, I got my little buddies. Yes, I will. I don't have a boat though, so that's I'm gonna be lacking a little bit in my sugar daddiness points. Let's see. There we go. It looks like hair. Look at that. I don't need to go to Istanbul. I just need to grow vegetables. I will provide the sugar in the next months if this is successful and I can grow uh a big tomato a month. Big tomato. You know, this is beyond me, and I don't know if I'm like a professional who's them or what's it like gardener. I'm not a veteran gardener by any means at all by the imagination, but I've always wondered like, can you have like an ever growing tomato plant, or does it just go bad after a while? Is that a thing? Or I don't know. I mean, like that's a thing with trees. Like I've seen the reverse trees happen at Disney's Epcot. I'm wondering if they just keep that same plant going, you know? I don't know, man. They probably cycle through it. I can't imagine it staying good, but I know trees. They're definitely. What if I grew a hydroponic tree down here and I put like saran wrap around it so it could be like a lemon, like an avocado plant? That'd be pretty cool. Of course, I don't know if avocados are anything like apple trees, where like you plant the seed and it's like a crab apple. Are there crab avocados? Probably not. But I want those humongous ones, or like normal sized ones that you could find in South America. Like if you come to America and it's like um and you go shopping for avocados, they're tiny. They're tiny avocados because I don't know, probably they get more money per avocado. Do what? Grow a tree? I'm not gonna, maybe the next one. I'd probably have to have a very specific system for that. And I can't imagine. Like you notice these roots for like these tiny, well, they're not tiny leaves, but like for like just regular leaves, like for a freaking tree, they're just gonna be the size of this whole basement, you know? And I could do an apple tree because they're shorter and this is low clearance. I'm not a tall guy, but um, maybe an apple tree. My mom loves Granny Smiths. I'll grow her a Granny Smith over the winter, and we will, because I don't like Granny Smith's hydro tree. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. That's gonna be the. If I live stream it, I'm gonna call it the hydro tree. Sounds like a Pokemon move. Hydro tree. Like if there was like a grass, water type Pokemon, it would use hydro tree, like a Ludicolo or something, or like a I can't think of any other grass water types. I don't even know if anybody who's watching is a Pokemon fan. This is kind of a water grass type for the fans that might be watching later on. This is also my first live stream, so welcome. You are making history of this hydroponic goodness. Oh, I found another bean, another hydrotin. Okay, I'm gonna stop dilly dallying. There we go. There's the chunky dirt. Oh wow, I got some weeds. I got some dead plants. Getting dirt in my eyes. Wonderful. See, I brought a trowel down. Oh wait, there's a wormy. Look at this. It is my child. My baby. the PDU's hydro tree. Attack! Not very effective. Because normally PokeTubers say, "Oh, it's super effective" in their parody animations. For me, no, it's not very effective. Wow, this wormy is half dead because it's cold out. So I will nurture you. I won't actually kiss you. That's gross. You're a gross worm. Get back in the hole. Hydro tree. It'd be cool if there was like a Hydra Pokemon that was like grass water. It'd be like Hydra. And Japanese dragons are actually more water based than the traditional Western style serpent. So I will save the worm. I got 12 more. He's an orphan. I dug him up while fixing the plumbing in the backyard, or digging a hole for the plumber to go in, and he was he was a little straggler. I'm like, I'm gonna save you and I'm gonna give you a home. Well, actually, I kind of took him away from his home, and now I'm held I've held him captive in my hydroponics. But I'm gonna make sure you're nice and warm for the winter, so you don't have to go dormant, my little baby. And I'm gonna give you a big happy family to make babies with. Save the worm. Save him. Would you like to save your worm? Is it okay if you overwrite it? Saving. Do not turn off the power. The worm has saved the game. That's a clutch reference. If you're a Pokemon fan, Brandon, I respect you. I respect you even more. Not only are you a fan of growing things. So what would you grow? You want to do leafy vegetables? Are you looking to do leafy vegetables? Because most people who are like, "Ooh, hydroponics, you gonna grow weed, marijuana?" I'm like, yeah. Maybe if I went into business with my dad, but like, I'm not into it myself personally. It's I don't know. I don't like it in my life. You know, I, I wish I did. It's like, oh, you haven't tried it. It's like, no, no. I naturally look stoned, and I naturally act stoned. What I don't know, like, is it? What are we talking about? The lettuce, regular lettuce, or the devil's lettuce? Hey, if you live in Colorado, I'm not gonna tattle on you. It's legal there. Or Massachusetts. I don't know where you live. You could live anywhere. You don't have to disclose your location. I respect your privacy. And then this is, if I had a sponsorship, this is when I would talk about, this was brought to you by Surfshark, or Tunnel Bear, or NordVPN, or some other cockamamie VPN. It's like, stop looking at my wiener, Illuminati NSA. Just stop it. Oh, the weed. Hey, I'm not gonna judge. It's just not something I want in my life. Wow. Did you know that people thought I was a drug dealer in middle school? I had that look down, like dressed to the ones. I had some peach fuzz facial hair because that was the thing in middle school. It's like, oh, I got facial hair. I'm a man now. And then everybody, like, because I was so underkept and homely looking, people just assumed I did drugs all the time. My eyes were bloodshot because I was tired. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, brought to you by Hydro Tree. Brought to you by Hydro Tree, providing a 2-day shipping. Because, God forbid, if you had to wait 3 days for a tree to come to your front doorstep without you having to do a damn thing. Actually, there is a service, I think, that sends trees to your doorstep. That's what I was looking into. Um, I forget who sponsored it. I think it was somebody like Lauren Chen. It was random. It's like you don't have anything to do with trees. I guess she has a tree in her backyard growing apples or something. I respect her ability to market things, like such an eclectic usage of things. Forgot what point I was going at before. Yeah, I'm just going through this process of my hydroponic garden. Okay, with my roots. I'm going back to my roots, kids. Going back to my roots. Okay. Forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. I lost a live streamer. I'm down to two. We're still going strong with two people. I'm surprised that I even had one person on. Yeah, you don't have to disclose your information. Get NordVPN and just have your wieners being sent anonymously. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. It's not my business. I wonder if there are people out there like a government office job that specifically looks at dick pics all day. Like imagine if you were like the one person that really liked them. I found a little baby carrot. I don't know if you could see that. Wait, let me see. Can you see that? It's like a little. Let me clean it off a little. God, my hands are dirty. It's like a little baby carrot. It's so cute. Yes, autofocus. It's so cute. My bunny will enjoy that. But that's the size of the carrots that have come to fruition. Probably because it got too cold too quick, and I'm neglectful because I gotta prioritize my bunnies more than I do my plants. This is for therapy. Yeah, I wonder if there's like a somebody who's like really into that job of looking at wieners. I got my friends start watching. Nice. Brandon and Brandon. Wonderful. I welcome. Is what at Facebook? I gotta ask, what's at Facebook? You talking about VPNs? You talking about the NSA? Are you talking about the live stream itself? No, this is just YouTube Live. Yeah, we're just here on YouTube. I don't like Facebook that much. It's gotten too political, and of course it phased into Facebook. Should have known better. Now it's all political news on Facebook, and I'm sick of seeing it. Or sorry, YouTube. Hopefully this will provide something that's a bit of a change up from the obsession of mainstream corporate news, global crap that everybody sees. That every other alternative source of media is then censored or shown less. I don't mean to be salty about it, but hey, that's just life. You gotta adjust to the market. It's gonna bring more power back into record labels and publishers. That's for sure. Things of that nature. No, that's just like the NSA. They have to spy on us. I mean, it's been proven. Why, you looking for mine? Jeez. Didn't know you swung that way, Brandon. Is it Brandon? Yeah, it's Brandon and Brandon. Is Nyada? You still there? Is Nyada still there? I gotta get the R's going. Can't do it at will yet. It's like she's got a special pronunciation that she wants me to pronounce her name as. Gotta get it correct. It's like PD with a Y or PD with a P-E-T-I-E? No, no. PD with a Y. That IE crap always pisses me off. Pisses me off. This one girl I knew in high school had a cat named Petey, and he spelt it the wrong way. And ever since then, I just don't like cats. No, that's not the real reason why I don't care for cats as much. I've warmed up to them. It depends on the cat. You know how it is. You know the old trope. It depends on the cat. No, but yeah, the roundabout way, the long-winded answer to looking at wieners is like if there's like a job application for the NSA, it's like the description is you must be tolerant of looking at hundreds of thousands of wieners a day, and I'm wondering if somebody got off to that. You know, if there's somebody out there that just gets off to it, it makes it even weirder. It's just one thing that they have it. It's like they'll look at it, but mostly it's like when it comes to things pertaining to technology, it's all already set with like facial recognition and things like that. You know, if you have an iPhone, that's the only way you can unlock your cam or your phone itself. So you're already in a database without, you know, in order to use the phone. That's why I like buttons. They're old fashioned. There's an on and off switch. If it's off, it's actually off rather than on hibernate or sleep. If you want it off, you're gonna have to like turn it off, put it in a refrigerator for like 3 hours, and wait until the entire battery depletes. So then it won't track things like so it'll kill out the capacitor that not capacitor that holds in the secondary battery that's used to track trajectory based on miles per hour and the gyroscope that's in your system. I don't know if I should be talking about this stuff on YouTube because like people have been banned like crazy. I don't know why I got into that tangent. Like some of my favorite channels got banned because they were talking about this stuff. Yeah, you know, it is what it is, you know. What is it? Operation Dragonfly, blah blah blah, this and that. I'm not gonna be obsessed about it. It's just I know a lot about it, so I like talking about it. But like other than that, it doesn't get to me other than how it might directly affect me is what I'm concerned about. And that's kind of selfish way of looking at it, but like isn't that how everybody kind of thinks? You know, how does this directly affect me? I don't really mean to be like I don't mean to be that guy. I don't mean to be it. It comes out. I come out and I'm just like, hey man, what about me? Okay, so I'm gonna level this out. I've been playing in the dirt forever. Let's see if this levels out. Okay. Got a lot of roots. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna actually I saw this one blogger, I forget the name of him. This was like maybe in 2016 or earlier, maybe even 2015 when YouTube was still cool. This one guy who just put a tomato face down, and like as he lifted up the tomato, you saw all the worms cultivate around him because they hate light. Got plenty of light, by the way. I got like a tripod with one of those circle-y lights. First time using it. It's I feel special. I feel like I'm important or something. I have to splash some dirt in my face. But yes, my clump of roots. I've just been putting it away over here to level this out and get going on this. I'm gonna try and like pick all the things. Hopefully, I don't have weeds in here. God forbid. There's some stragglers of weeds that like plant themselves and then take foothold. I had a lot of grass in here because of the grass is just rampant. It just shows up. It's a weed, you know. When you have it outside, to update. I don't know if anybody who's watched my previous videos, um, excuse me, have seen all my updates and stuff. I kind of got that bunch of that stuff buried, so I tend to just link playlists, and I'll do that once I finish this video. But if you look at some of my past videos, um, there's like this gigantic stalk of grass that I didn't know what it was, and it was it was taking up all the nutrients of the rest of the plants, and I think it stunted a lot of their growth. Plus, I did some dense planting, which I think I didn't weed enough because I was like, ooh, but like I want to get as many yield as I can, and you can't be greedy like that, kids. You can't. I was, and it like choked out. It choked itself out basically. Yeah, I know. I'm fucking real blogger. Whoa, look at me. Yeah, yeah. I'm a real blogger. I'm a real boy. I can't do the falsetto. I busted it years ago. I had a wicked falsetto years ago. I gotta get a vocal coach or something to train that back. But I damaged it in college, I think, trying to be too forceful in the high notes. I mean, this channel is categorized as a music channel. Maybe I should live stream some of my practice sessions. That'll be fun. I hope. Jeez. Hope it won't be too mundane and boring. At least I'll have somebody to talk to, because I distract myself way too many times. I don't know what I would practice. Trombone, tuba, French horn, guitar, singing, la 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 la. I'll just keep that neutral right here. I'm just trying to till this up. Now, I'm wondering if I leave some of this stuff in here. I was gonna use this stuff as a sieve, like the plastic, no, sorry, paper plate holders, and that, like these guys. I was gonna use this as a sieve. Oh crap, that I said earlier. But honestly, man, I'm fine with it. Getting my hands dirty. Play the PD play. I'm not your monkey. Hey, I do what I want. It's my life. Don't tell me what to do. I'll what if I bring the tuba down to the basement? Play all the music. I will. I think all of it might be a bit too ambitious. But I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Not guaranteeing a formal concert by any means. Never liked formal. Too much of the formalities, and please. Yeah, fine. Fine, for you, I'll do it. Just subscribe down. Maybe I'll do weekly live streams by my plants. Actually, music helps the plants grow. So I'll do like a weekly thing. Because God forbid if I practice every day, I'll get better. Sit down and write down every possible song. Play all of them. No, Oscar, and welcome to the chat, Oscar. I will. I'll go for it. I'll play to my heart's content. Thing is I'm paranoid about copyright laws. Do I just put on all rights reserved in the description and I'm safe? Do I need a lawyer? Because what if I strike some music gold and then like big name Hollywood is, or not Hollywood, but you know what I mean? Like big record labels like, ooh, we're gonna steal that and we're just gonna do everything we can to copy it. See, I don't want to get too full of myself. I'm already thinking about like what happens if I get successful and I haven't even gotten there yet. Could be goofy. Could be goofy. Too goofy for people to play formally. I would like to say that my tone of voice isn't bad. Still, even to this day, without any practice. 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 Not any of that practice thing going on. You know, I like to think that I've retained a lot of the parts that I've learned. I'm gonna pull this forward. There's a bit of a rip in the fabric of society, moral fabric of society in many ways, more than one. There we go. Leveling this out. I don't know. I wouldn't say that, Brandon. Success is well, it really depends on how you would define success. For me, right now, success is just enjoying my time right here with you folks. As cheesy as that sounds, I'm actually surprised that I have viewers. I was expecting to be alone and then crying later or something. But no, you guys make it possible that I don't have to get on SSRIs. Yeah. I'm not alone in the world. Yeah. Life isn't dismal. No, but success is whatever you make it. So let's make it rock. Ugh, I hate High School Musical. Why do I know that? Why do I know that? Okay, I watched it out of curiosity. Has anybody seen the South Park episode of that? Where they instead of the basketball player wanting to be a singer, it's a singer that wants to be a basketball player. I love that. And how the dad just slaps him. I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you. And then after a while, the mother realizes oh yeah, I'm just gonna deck you in the face because why wouldn't I? She realizes she could just deck him in the face. It's oh Jesus. That voice sound is very reminiscent of Al Gore. Wonder if that same energy is involved. That's kind of what I got. Oh, is this a beet? I think this is a beetroot. I might eat that later. Actually, you know what? I'll just compost it. I don't care. What are you saying? I won't cry in front of a camera. I won't cry in front of the camera. Of course not. Not in front of you, and I'll make all of you upset. No, but you know what? This time of year, everything's getting colder, and you're in the Northeast, and you're not getting enough sunlight, not enough of that vitamin D. It happens. The depression happens, and I don't blame anybody for feeling that way. I used to not understand it because in high school I did cross country skiing, so I did get a lot of sunlight in the winter, and I was very active in endorphins and all that crap, all that good stuff. The blood flowing, lost a lot of weight. That's that winter and that summer. I was in the best shape of my life. High school peaking, as they say. I peaked in high school. No, but it felt really good to get out in the sun and ski and stuff. I just feel like I don't have the skis. I don't know really. I can't do the skate skiing where it's left and right, and for some reason I got the backs of my skis crossed, so I always slip. But it did help my hips actually. Doing the classical skiing for cross country. After a while, my hips just naturally went. My feet naturally went parallel, and that's actually good for your hips, as I learned from my chiropractor many years later. And here's another carrot. I'm not flipping you off, by the way. That's just another carrot. It's tiny, tiny carrot. I'm gonna feed it to my bunny because it makes them happy, both of them. One care for the bunny upstairs and one for the one downstairs in the kitchen. I'm gonna level this out. I like taking my time with things too. Like when it comes to practicing, like I practiced 3 hours a day for a while when I was in high school on the tuba, and it was it was a cool spiritual self discovery thing. And I think that's the only way you can learn, at least for me, you can learn anything because you just your soul connects to the instrument, the heart of the instrument. And I was a big fan of anime at the time, so I guess maybe mind over matter, the heart of the cards, that kind of BS. I don't know. It worked for me. I got really good. Like not to toot my own tuba, but I was pretty good. Um, it got pretty professional grade in my playing, and I was convinced, oh, you got to get a C tuba if you want to be a professional and most versatile. And there are no tuba players probably in this live stream at all because there's only 3 of you. But if a tuba player happens to stumble upon this live stream, I will say that my teacher convincing me to get a C tuba versus a B flat, and then any music people, a C and a B flat is just a whole step. That may seem simple to like from the forefront, the heart of the brass. Yeah, exactly. But the C, and you think it's a whole step, but like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal because the whole pattern shifts. The pattern to do a B flat scale is now C. The pattern to do a D scale is now what is it? C. See, I'm already like it's E. Yeah, it's E. So like it took me a second to figure that out. That's not a big deal. But when you're in the context of music, you don't have a second to think. You should be a second ahead. And that's where the mistakes came out, the hazing, the gaslighting, the bullying. And if I just stayed on a B flat tuba, I don't know if I'd be I'd probably be playing more tuba, that's for sure. And I might be doing this still as therapy because esoterically my cousin gave me a reading on my energy. This could be woo-woo bullshit to you guys, but like I take it with a grain of salt, but I also, understand my natural tendencies behind it. And she knows some Reiki, and apparently, there's the matrix of 5 different elements, fire, water, earth, wood, and metal. And apparently I'm wood and metal. And so I naturally gravitate towards I guess plants, wood. I actually have I like carrying a paper and a notebook in my pocket. That was another descriptor of it. And also with metal, it's very much brass, guitar for wood and metal. It's just natural, and technology too. That's why, and I have a background in technology as well. So it makes sense where I pick my I guess traits. Sometimes you get technology fatigue, and that overcharges my metalness, I suppose. We should start a brand. Oh, you used to play clarinet? But yeah, but with tuba, it's like that's a metal instrument, and ever since I got a smartphone, I sometimes wonder if having too much of that metal element like counteracted it in a way. I don't know. It might be. I didn't think of it at the time because I didn't know about it at the time. But I sometimes wonder, in retrospect, did that kind of dissuade me from like, did the technology fatigue of having something literally made of crystalline structure, primarily a smartphone, uh, sway me against playing my instrument? Because I was really old school. I did pen and paper. Millennials. They're caught in the middle of everything. The PD and the hydro trees. That's our band. Oh, sorry, I read that as brand. My brand. Petey and the Hydro Trees. Clarinet is a tough instrument. There's a lot of back pressure. I tried it once. And I had a friend that did he got his associate's degree in like music performance for some like bullshitty community college, and he just you could tell in the deadness of his eyes and his face that he just did not want to learn the clarinet because it's fucking lame. No offense, but like, jeez, I'm gonna get hate for that. I'm sorry. Don't leave the live stream. No, PD and the Brandons, Brandon and Brandons. You're gonna be my Brandonettes, and you'll play the funky looking clarinet. We'll call it a Brandonette. That's goofy. That's really goofy. Okay. But yeah, what was it? Clarinet. That's tough. A good friend of mine really likes the sound of the clarinet and a lot of self-proclaimed clarinet connoisseurs or orchestral connoisseurs. There's like an ant in here. I don't want an ant in here. Hold on a sec. I got ADD right now. Excuse me. But apparently the clarinet was considered the heart of the orchestra, which I don't buy it because that just makes clarinet players a lot more arrogant, and I don't want to. Maybe I should just leave the ant in there. I'm gonna stop bullying it. Yeah, you have to be a nerd. You just have to be like a nerd, like not like the cool nerd that started being cool in 2010 because they needed more like IT specialists. That's why they bolstered the popularity of being a nerd. Also, because women started realizing that in order to get a decent sugar daddy, is you got to think ahead. You got to think about, okay, I'm gonna be with the nerd because they know how to they know how to work my Netflix or something. That's bad. No, but they make six figures. Like if you're an IT guy, or any background in technology, like you're full of that sugar, baby. You're full of that. And money attracts girls. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy. Money attracts girls. Those of you that need a sugar daddy who also owns a boat, look go to a technical college, engineering, polytechnics, all that good stuff. Gotta save myself. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be too much of a jerk about it. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I got this going. I got the pump going in there, so it's gonna go up in there. And as it's not completely up to where the level is I want it to be, but I think as I get more dirt, I'm gonna go to the store and get more dirt later on, and I'm just gonna just add a layer of something with some goodness to some good inoculants, we'll say, of the formula for the Revolution Garden, brought to you by James Fry. Oh, geez, I lost the guy. Was it Oscar? It's probably Oscar. He's probably a woodwind player. He probably didn't quit the woodwind. He's probably still a clarinet player, you guys. Don't get me wrong, clarinet players, and these are the stereotypes, they're not concrete in any fact. I gotta be politically correct, about that whole thing. But they're not like just because you play the clarinet, you're obviously an idiot or you're obviously a nerd. But I've met a lot of clarinet players that kind of fall under that category. They're very reserved. They show up way too early which is good. That's a good habit. Um, they're particular. They're like the violins of the wind ensemble, or of the jazz band, whichever genre you're going at. But if they're like a rock or ska type of sax player, they're freaking cool. Those are the guys I want to hang out with. Oh, I went to bed. Okay, I'm not gonna take it personally then. I'm sensitive. Everybody is, okay? If you're not, then you're blocking your sensory abilities to uh, be self-aware and aware of those around you. That's the thing about, like growing a thicker skin. It's like, yeah, and lose my ability to be aware of everything around me. I don't know. Weren't we designed to have thin skin? We're obviously not Neanderthals. Neanderthals, they have thick skin. Should I be more like that? I don't think so. Oh wow, we've been on here for like an hour. I'm glad you guys have stayed tuned. I didn't think I actually didn't think I'd get anybody. I'm happy. You guys made my day. So cheers to you. Cheers to you. I don't have a drink, but I got some dirt. I'm not gonna tell you to go eat some dirt. Hey, but it's good. It's good. Natural. It's good probiotics, I guess. You know, kids who used to eat dirt, they didn't really get as sick. So if you have kids, get them to eat dirt. I mean that they prescribe. They don't prescribe it, but they have like natural wellness stores. They have dirt, like bentonite clay. What is that? That is dirt. The Native Americans swam in it, helped to exfoliate their skin, all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you. I try to be calming. My voice is kind of calming, chill. Thing is if I get my guitar out, I'm going to be singing like a punk rocker. So eat the dirt? No, no. Hey, if I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will. I will eat dirt. I will eat dirt. That is fine. I mean, I eat leaves. Dare I say I'm a vegetarian? Vegetarian. I'm a vegan actually. Uh, I am veg primarily. I mean, that's why I focus on this because these are most of the this is most of the food I eat, all plant based. So if I ate dirt, that's just closer to being plant based than not eating dirt, right? I don't know. I'm just I'm just being a goof right now. But seriously, like if you think it's chill now and I get my whip out my tuba, I thought you said again, please eat the dirt. Like you reiterated it for a second. But if I get my tuba out, I get my guitar out, I'm wailing on this thing. This isn't gonna be music that the plants like. They like calm, soothing music. Oh, singing, blah blah blah, like a typical bard in your, Dungeons and Dragons RPG kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Never played D&D, but I think it's kind of it's racist when you have to be a halfling in order to be a bard. I take offense to that. What if I want to be an what if I want to be like an orc and play some orcish tuba music or something like that? They got the war horns. They have instruments in their culture. I don't like that. Like, and you always got to have some kind of flute or harp or lute. Like not even like a one of these harps, one of these harps. You know, very primitive. Of course, it's a Middle Ages kind of game. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like with the it's very limiting with the races. I think you're limited to your special abilities and advantages if you pick something that's not particularly in your race's natural tendency. I think I don't know. It's like I mean, I don't know enough about Dungeons and Dragons. Honestly, I'll tell you a story about that too. So good good friends of mine at the time, not really much now, but in the midst of their um, actually, let me start it here. So I was making my character sheet, and I'm very indecisive. Like, oh, what should I make? I can't draw for shit, so I'm gonna leave that part blank where you draw what the character looks like. He's gonna be a halfling. He's gonna be a bard, and like, going through the ranks. Because I was talking to the guy who's like a huge mega nerd, former clarinet player, by the way. Speaking of clarinets, um, no, he did. Oh, really? Okay, 3.5 and third edition. We got the fifth edition character sheets, but he was telling me that there was an advantage that came across with being a halfling and a bard. If you want to be a bard, be a halfling. I don't know. He talked me into it because you'd have access to these other spells and stuff like that. I'm glad that they changed it though, and shame on the people that think it's racist now, if that is true, because we didn't even get that far. So what ended up happening was I made the character sheet, everything was going on. We were ready. We're gonna do it. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, yeah, dragons and shit. Right. So like as I was writing it out, like the what I didn't know was the host of the house that I was at was kind of arguing, bickering back and forth with his wife, and this has been going on for months and months and months, and later on they're not together anymore, and it was like an awkward. That was like the second to last time that was like the last time I was there before they got divorced. And I wonder if that Dungeons and Dragons argument actually affected their marriage. I wonder, you know. Yeah, like things like critical race theory that hyper analyzes what demographic different races ought to be in, and how this specific demographic of race fits into orcs. It's like you're obsessed with race to begin with. It just because, and speaking of which, race itself, in the context of reality, is just, it doesn't exist. I mean, of course, unless if you believe in aliens and other type of humanoid type of things, but the other things are primates, and there are no races. Like there are cultures, there are ethnicities, there are no races. We're humans, we're homo sapiens, we're all the same thing. It's not any different. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick. Like I'm gonna be one of those guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you agree with me, blah blah blah. That it's kind of, I'm done. I'm done like talking about it. I'm done like seeing people obsessed about it. Not just I understand it if like somebody's being dismissed because of who they are and all that stuff, but just to hear it every freaking day of my life, this is gonna get me banned here just for talking about me being sick of hearing it all the time. And I get it. No, they're victims. My uncle, white as snow, he's a victim of it. But I think I've said that in an earlier video, or I could talk about it now. It doesn't really matter. Or I could even mention it in a future live stream if anybody's curious. Give you guys a little bit of a teaser for now, But yeah, so the bickering was going back and forth. This other girl's cousin or sister or something was there, and she was one of those like, I don't know. She looked like a Jersey Shore looking kind of a girl who was just stupid but arrogant at the same time. I did not like her. I mean, obviously, because it's like, oh, I think she's stupid, but she actually was kind of stupid. like, like as a vegan, it's like, where do you get your protein from? It's like, obviously you don't know anything about nutrition. If I have to say that, like, I there's actually a T-shirt out there that says, this is how I get my protein. It's plenty of protein. There's actually more protein in a gram by gram. If you're measuring by grams, there's more protein in 1 gram of spinach versus 1 gram of steak, and more iron too, because it's very rich in iron concentration. You just need a lot of spinach in order to get that 1 gram going on. And so yeah, as all this was going on, I had a feeling that this guy was just like, he saw somebody that was like a preppy, like Jersey Shore type of girl that reminded him of somebody from high school that like used to bully him, and I felt that energy, that where he's just kind of biding his time until this girl leaves, because it's like, we're doing some nerd shit. I'm not comfortable with this nerd basher, because she was actually bashing us, like, oh, this stupid nerd game, blah blah blah, and he just wanted control of the situation, which I understand. It's his house, but like, yeah, she was mean, dismissive, and we didn't get started because of her. And I really wanted to get started, and we were doing 5th edition. Maybe he had like a 3 or 3.5 edition book and was referencing that and got the character sheets for 5th edition online. And I will say that I'm glad that 5th edition is a thing, not only because they're getting rid of that that character limitation that we were talking about earlier, but also the what was it? Character limitation we were talking about earlier, but also spaced out. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Does that ever happen to you guys? All right. Well, I'm gonna continue forward actually, because I'm like dilly dallying. I am dilly dallying. Look at my hands. I'm like a kid in the playground. Okay. So I will introduce my boys. I gotta find them first. Stay with me. But I do want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. I really wanted to start Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't ever feel like I'm ever going to. Maybe I'll have like a friend over and we could do it. Live stream that, Let me see. I don't know how I could rig up this whole live stream setup. I'm just doing it off my phone, and it's only seeing everything off the camera. I don't know how to screen capture. Boys are coming out. Boys are coming out. Right? That's how the song goes. Just kidding. Oh boy. What boys? What boys are we talking about? That boy over there. Oh Jesus. Where are my wormies? Gee willikers. Where? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how that should be interpreted. Yeah. Oh, here we go. You're talking about these boys. Well, actually, don't assume their gender. Look, there is a boy worm and there is a girl worm. Look at the skirt. She's a pretty wormy. And he's just like, hey baby, wanna go out and get some malted milkshake? She's like, oh yeah, baby. Yeah. Or, I don't know why she has a southern accent. Yeah, baby, I get taken out with the malted milkshakes. That's how they used to talk in the 50s, I think. And then that's when he drugged her. Okay, moving on. I'm not gonna get monetized. Like YouTube is practically dead. I'm surprised that you guys are here, but actually look at them. Oh Jesus, it pulsated. The whole thing pulsated. I don't know if I captured that, but like there was one like that completely. All right, so without disturbing them too much, I think what I'm gonna end up doing, I think I'm gonna keep him here on my wormies, my children. Just gonna let them do their thing. There you go. And I think because it's warm in here, and I'm also gonna get a tank heater from a fish tank to help them, maybe repopulate. Because if they die out, I want them to make babies. That's the reason for getting the malted milkshakes, Scooby Doo style. Give them some yum yums, some of these roots to uptake. Yeah, they seem relatively cold, and some of the soil is from outside. Free the worms. Freedom. Freedom. Well, as free as this is going to allow them. I actually had a worm bin way behind me. I'm not going to pick up the camera, but I still have the worm bin itself. It's like a really expensive rig that I invested in to maybe get into worm farming. And apparently, all the worms got out and they tried to seek a new life. And because it's so dusty and dry in here, all of them shriveled up. And there were like crusty bits of protein left. All of them died. I had like 5,000 worms or something, or 500 worms. I don't know. There was a 5 in there somewhere. Could have been 50. But it was like a big thing. It was like a lot of worms. But like they all died because I am neglectful. But hopefully if this live stream might actually coax me into being with my children, being with my babies. They'll check in every day and just do the gardening. This is just setup, I think I might just have this going. I wonder how I could prop this up, get this in the shot while I'm playing like tuba. That'll be for brainstorming for a future time. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure these little boys are covered, my little children. Actually, I should have released them right here because there's actually some serious root growth. But I also wanted to introduce my other boys. Also, I'm getting dirt everywhere, so I gotta. Wow. There's like shiny sediments of something on my hands. I don't know if you could see that. Kind of looks like what is it? Either I'm getting my fingerprints read, or like those. If you're ever in preschool or like kindergarten, and you used to like do the handprints to decorate a wall. Very wholesome, very hippie-esque, all-inclusive goodness and all of that, globalist good bullcrap. Hey, good thinking, the sentiment is very nice, but I think in practice, in many ways, it can be easily perverted. Because it just means micromanaging in our lives. So this is just a cup of slightly moldy tomatoes, which we were going to have BLTs tonight. We did have BLTs. We just used different tomatoes. And I saw this one guy just literally, and actually I got a light coming from above, not only from the ring light, but from above I got a nice red and white, a type of a grow light, which I think it might make the tomatoes taste a lot better. But that's something that you could get at Home Depot for like $50. It's expensive, man. Inflation. Holy crap. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm just gonna clear some dirt, just gonna plop a bit of tomato. And I had I'm not gonna try and densely plant them as much this time because I'm indoors. I'm not gonna worry too much about weeds. They could, prop up, for all I know, but hopefully not. Then I'm gonna put in a tomato and cover it up with dirt. I saw this one YouTuber do it like this, where he's just got the tomato, they got the right acidity, the pH level, and just cover up the tomato. I like how I say tomato. Oh, you had a stew tonight? That's pretty cool. What kind of stew? My sister makes a good stew, actually. Nice veggie stew. She likes to call it soup, but it's like once it gets past a certain amount of chunk, once you got extra chunky bits, you got more chunks than soup, then it's a stew. That's your soup making lessons for the day. If any of you are gonna revive your Neopets, and go to the soup kitchen, because you know very well that you're not gonna be able to want to afford the soup, like real food for your Neopets. Of course not, because if they die, you can just get a new one. I think that's the reason why Neopets. Oh, curry, lamb, carrot, and potato. You know, before I was vegan, I actually had some nice lamb in Athens. Very nice. They don't really have as many regulations on their food in other countries like Greece or Italy, but they have more of a sensible regulation. Like you can't have like too much Monsanto-y crap in your food supply. You can't have a poison company make your food. We're just gonna play by those ground rules. But like things pertaining to completely sanitizing, 100%, like pasteurizing, completely pasteurizing your milks aren't really that good. But anyways, the cheese and the cream and the lamb with nice freshly squeezed Athenian orange juice. Holy crap! It was the best thing I've ever had. I like. I know I'm vegan, but like I'm like kind of like getting rumblies in my tumblies, if you know what I'm saying. If I could quote the great Winnie the Pooh. Well, now this is banned in China. The great Winnie the Pooh. Rumblies in my tumblies. Man, that comparison is so uncanny though. But I take offense to the rabbit stew because actually I have two bunnies. I got a timer going off. I have two bunnies at home, so I out of their respect, I don't have rabbit. Well, obviously I'm a vegan. All I eat are leaves. All I eat are what I grow. I'm not gonna grow a. You're not gonna see me growing a cow or anything from this soil. It would be cool to plant a cow. Plant a cow. Don't have a cow, man. But yeah, but it's not like it's your life. You do what you want. But for me, I don't like rabbits being made into food. Like I watched the that YouTuber binging with Babish, and he got to like Lord of the Rings where he cooked rabbit meat, and I'm like, oof, oof. I love Lord of the Rings style cooking. I'm talking about potatoes all day, but I can't see a dead rabbit carcass. It reminds me too much of my bunny. Yeah, I know. I had to mention China. But curry, I make a nice vegan tofu curry with mushrooms. Like I'm a master chef when it comes to curry. Like not a master. Like I don't know how to make the curry powder. Like that's like I'm gonna make it from scratch and then I'll be a master. But like just smelling the spices, just cooking with just looking at the colors. Making sure I got enough of this, enough of that, and it's very curry is very much like a stew when you think about it. It's just thicker. Coconut curry specifically. That's more of like a Thai curry, I think, when you incorporate coconut, coconut. What is it? Coconut milk and coconut cream specifically. Yeah, I know. They're the bad guys of the century, I guess. So, China, Winnie the Pooh. You know, I would understand if I were like a dictator. I'd just be like, yeah, you can't like, you can't do that. Like, you can't make fun of me. Like, let's get rid of the thing that makes fun of me. If I were a dictator, I would probably do that. Actually, you know what? I got a big tomato. I'm gonna put this big tomato over here. I'm just gonna keep them going, and I'm not gonna have this up above light on 24/7. I'm gonna have it on and off. I have it on the timer. I'm just doing it here for the having this light on, so I have nice lighting for the live stream. That's the beauty of plants. That there's a nice live stream lighting for grow with the grow lights and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna do this tiny one right here, closer to here. So there we go. There we go. Baba da boopy. And then this big honking boy is gonna be in more of a center one. Yoink. There you go, little boy. The furnace just kicked on. It's nice and toasty on my butt. But yeah. So Oscar went home tonight. It's okay. I respect his responsibility, you know. He's got work tomorrow. He's got his clarinets to do. No, I'm kidding. That was Brendan, right? I gotta remember your names. I'm obliged to remember your names even though we just met. But you gotta admit, Brandon and Brendan is tough to not get mixed up with. Like I remember when Pokemon Ruby came out and the protagonist was named Brendan, something other than a color, you know, Brendan. I'm like, wow, Brendan with an E. It's like, oof, I didn't know that was a thing. I always thought it was with a O-N rather than E-N. So I always made that like a conscious effort, like I will pronounce it Brendan out of respect to the Brendans that I knew in my youth. God, I think of things way too much. But hey, I try to be a good person, you know, good with my plants, good to my bunnies, good to you folks out there. Try to be respectful. I hope somebody didn't rage quit because we talked about critical race theory, or if I suddenly got shadow banned on my channel due to critical race theory, because I'm sick of hearing it. I get it, man. Like if anybody rage quits over me talking about it, I really understand where they're coming from. Okay, I think this is going to be there's no seeds on this, so I'm just going to give these to the wormies as a little welcoming package. The number of times I've had my name written, warm buns. The number of times I had my name written down as Brandon instead of Brendan is crazy. Yeah, I could kind of relate with PETIE versus PETEY. There's this one time where like my fourth grade teacher wanted me to be called Peter because you're growing up. You're Peter now. You're a grown up. It's like, no, I'm 8. So I had to do PETER, and I learned how to write it that way for that year. And like as soon as I went to 5th grade, I reverted back to PETEY. But I remember we did like T-shirts at the end of the year, and there was like a typo in my name, and it was actually spelled Peter, PETERY. So I think there was a bit of a dispute with what my name should be spelt as, and they just sent it out. And I still have the T-shirt. It doesn't fit me, obviously. I kind of gained some weight, but it's gained some weight and gained some height. But it's definitely it's a good memory. like for a couple of years they called me Petery, my friends, because you know you when you're 8, 9, 10, you nothing better than like being with a bunch of your guy friends busting on each other and just palling around and things like that. You know, but I feel you in that sense. I know I can't fully understand the plights of being Brendan versus Brandon, but I understand in the sense of Peter and Petey. That's an internal struggle I think with my character archetype. If I were to make myself a Dungeons and Dragons character, I'd have a very very lost past, and I'd be badass and stuff. And I think that's the reason why people do Dungeons and Dragons, because they want to feel cool. And I do too. Look at me, I'm talking about nerdy shit like Pokemon and tomatoes and my bunnies and like fun facts about nutrients. Okay, I'm gonna mix up these seeds a little bit. And like hypothetical situations that we could get into when it comes to this venture of hydroponic gardens. But I think those wormies have had they were in the fridge. I don't know if they're like half dead if you leave them in the fridge, but they need to acclimate to this warmish weather. But yeah. People get them mixed up all the time, man. My dad's name is Peter, so I understand it at that level, which is why I need that identity shift of being called Petey, because it's something else other than Peter, and it's what I chose for myself. I was progressive before progressive became a YouTube sensation, or blocked in Middle Eastern countries because of their ultra conservative belief systems. But I don't want to ostracize myself from that demographic. Now, do I? They're good. I don't speak Arabic. I was actually going to learn Arabic because I have a couple friends overseas that I love so much, and it's tough. It's a tough language. The letter system is what gets me. But what did you say? Yeah, that's a good point. It's more of a telling a story with friends than people being badass. But I think the original. I'm not a don't quote me on this. I'm not like a pro, but like looking outside of it, at least the stereotypical portions of it. I've seen some sort of escapism at the very least in Dungeons and Dragons, where you get to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and I think that's the freedom of something like a story writing type of thing. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Adventure Time, and I'm glad that I think they have a show on HBO Max going on. I don't think I'm gonna get HBO Max, but that's pretty cool. I think it's a story of Princess Bubblegum and Marceline and the whole Bonnie and Marcy couple. I always loved. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, but the story writing aspect was originally from Dungeons and Dragons, and that's what they did for Adventure Time. That's not really a lesser known fact. I just don't know who is out there who are fans of Adventure Time watching this live stream right now as I make this. I tested a live stream out years ago, I think in like 2016 in August or something like that, just to see what would happen. So should I do this? Speaking of the live stream, should I do this every day? Or should I just do this like every day, every month, every week? Maybe every week. I mean, I don't really have to pay attention to this. Like now that this is set up, I really don't need to maintain any of this. This is all just ready to grow and go. And I think I might just maybe I'll order seeds, and then when I get the seeds, I'll plant more things. Or maybe if I have more tomatoes to plant, try not to dig up too much. But for now, I pretty much got everything. I think I'm gonna cover this wormy. Give you a little treat, a little snack, some to prevent root rot. We got the hydroponics going, draining slowly and progressively, getting everything aerated. And every week would be good. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that too, because you don't really need to check the progress. And I might do less might do more sitting. I'm not sure. My feet kind of hurt right now. Or I'll just keep it. I'll keep it going for like about an hour, hour and a half. Talk to you, lovely folks. And maybe once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I could get going on this YouTube venture. I didn't think it would take this direction. I didn't think it would go to gardening. I mostly want to do music, but if it's music and gardening, well, whatever. Whatever will get me to play music in front of people. That's always something I would have wanted to do, but I've always been afraid, I suppose, because of things that in the past, things happen. You going to bed, Brandon? You going to sleep as well? Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. I introduced the wormies. I introduced the I guess I introduced the indoor production. I guess the indoor project that I'm going to be doing for the next winter, and I'll update you guys. And I'm glad I got a couple fans going on here. What day is it today? Is it was it Tuesday? Tuesday-ish? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Maybe I'll do this every Tuesday. I try to do it earlier too, so you guys have enough time to hang out and stuff like that. Maybe around dinner time or so, Eastern Standard Time. But I'll keep you guys posted. I don't know what your social medias are, but maybe I'll leave my email below so you guys can message me. 10th. Yeah, okay. I'll keep a mental note of that. And I'll wish you guys a good night. And I hope you have a good sleep. Get some shut eye. And we'll reconvene on the 10th, I think. Yes, 10th. I'll keep you guys posted if things change too. Okay? All right. One last thing though. I'm gonna do gonna inoculate the reservoir. You can't really see it, but just as like a introduction of the hydroponics, I just wanted to make it a little special, sprinkle these guys on here. Hopefully these grow into some big tiny green monsters, and we'll leave it there. Okay, see you later, everybody, all two of you. Have a good night.